The Beast Tamer who got kicked out from his party meets a cat girl from the superior race is a new anime airing this October based on the light novel by Suzu Miyama. And, like all light novels with ridiculously long titles, it started as a web novel on soyetsu.com. Unfortunately, even though the novels are being published by Kodansha with 8 volumes currently in print, there is no official English release at this time. But you can find a fan translation of the manga. Welcome to Musics by Danon. Please consider subscribing. It means a lot, and I'd love to one day turn this into a career. Beast Tamer is a fantasy with a pair of cute waifus. One of them is a cat girl, a classic Genki gal, while the other is a tsundere Oji-san dragon girl. There's also, as you can see from the trailer, a pair of twin fairies. Rain forms contracts with all of them. Rain, as a beast tamer, has always been able to use magic to form contracts with beasts. They become his friend and fight with him. He has eagles for scouting, a bear to act as a pack animal for the party, and various other animals helping him. One day, the party that he's a member of kicks him out. The party consists of a warrior, a mage, a priest, and the hero. They decide he's just useless baggage holding them all back. Sounds a lot like an anime that aired last year, right? The difference between Beast Tamer and Slow Life in the Countryside, though, is that Rain, our titular Beast Tamer, goes on to even greater heights, while Gideon, in his new persona of Red, finds happiness in a slow life with Rit. Rain tries to rebuild his life as an adventurer. He registers with the guild, gets a quest to go slay 10 goblins, and completes it, all without any of his animal companions. He then hears a scream. He runs to the source of the scream and sees a girl being attacked by a killer tiger. While getting the monster's attention, his dagger breaks on its skull. He tries to use the time he has left to lure the monster away so that the girl can escape. The girl leaps in the air and lands on the beast's back with a mighty kick, killing it. She then passes out from hunger. This is how Rain first meets Kanade. A few pages later, she asks Rain to form a contract with her. Rain does so, and then eventually learns that the contract comes with an added benefit. People of the cat race are exceptionally strong, far stronger than humans. Rain now has some of that strength, and as he adds more people to his party, he gains more and more abilities. Eventually, he far outstrips the hero who tossed him aside as useless. I was contemplating how to explain this series, brainstorming over different ideas. At its core, Beast Tamer is pure shonen fun, so if you're expecting some deep fantasy with an interesting take on the genre, look elsewhere. One part I do enjoy is that the fairies treat Rain like an older brother, so there's no tension in their relationship. Rain can just hang out with them and have fun. But both Kanade and Tanya, the tsundere dragon girl, vie for Rain's affection, causing Rain no end of stress. So he goes to hang out with Sora and Luna, the twin fairies, instead, which causes Kanade and Tanya to get jealous. It's all very cute and classic shonen. Which got me thinking, what is the difference between a series like Beast Tamer and My Isekai Life? I gained a second character class and became the strongest sage in the world. Other than the fact that the main character is from Earth, both series are extremely similar. In both series, you have a main character who is trying to find their place in a fantasy world. They meet and befriend some non-human companions, and because of that relationship, they are emotionally strengthened and become ridiculously powerful. Which made me come to the realization that we've been thinking about isekai wrong. Everyone gets up in arms when you call a fantasy an isekai, or vice versa. But there's not much of a difference. Both of these series have classes, stats, special abilities, and skills. Both have a main character who forms contracts with non-humans. The only difference is that Yuji, the main character of My Isekai Life, died and was reincarnated in another world, while Rain was born into his world. Both series are more based off of JRPGs than traditional fantasy. And while Danmachi may be lacking character classes, there's a leveling system as well as stats and skills. There are a ton of anime based off of JRPGs, but you also have Goblin Slayer and Record of Lodoss War, each of which were based off of Dungeons & Dragons. Which brings me to the point of this video. I don't think we should be categorizing fantasy anime as isekai or non-isekai without any further explanation. In my opinion, it's more relevant to refer to them as JRPG-based or traditional fantasy-based. A show like Mushoku Tensei starts out with the standard truck-kun incident. It popularized it, actually. However, Mushoku Tensei is nothing like Black Summoner or even Trapped in a Dating Sim, despite all of them being isekai. Media in Japan is already categorized as shonen, shoujo, seinen, or josei, but for some reason much of the anime community still thinks of all isekai as the same. Which, to be fair, a lot of them are. Kid gets truck-cooned into a new world that is very much like a video game, gets a hot girl or a harem of hot girls, goes around saving the day and being a hero. If that sounds like an isekai you enjoy, it's probably a shonen. But just because an anime is based on a video game doesn't mean it's a shonen. Take Log Horizon, for example. Yes, it's an isekai based on a video game, but most of the anime is built around the geopolitical and economic ramifications of having tens of thousands of people from the 21st century suddenly in a fantasy world. To go from horse-drawn wagons to steam-powered boats and electric lights is a massive jump, and there will be unintended consequences. To me, explaining the genre and subgenres are important parts of reviewing an anime. In my experience, they're more important than the plot. For example, I had no interest in One Punch Man because the show was first pitched to me as "guy trains so hard his hair falls out." As if that's the main reason to watch the show. Now, I understand that may be enough for some people, but that sounded incredibly boring to me. But then someone else explained, it's a parody of the shonen fighting genre, with a main character who is depressed about how he ends every fight with a single punch. And I was sold. It's a parody, so you know it's going to be funny, but since I grew up on Dragon Ball Z, Yu Yu Hakusho, and Rurouni Kenshin, the jokes would be even funnier. Parodies are always funnier when you're familiar with the genre they're based on. So to bring it back around to Beast Tamer, the series that the anime is based on is a shonen fantasy based in a video game-like world. The characters don't summon menus or anything, but everyone has a specific character class. So if you enjoyed the world building of Banished from a Hero's Party but wanted more action and more waifus, you should give it a watch. The anime will start airing this fall. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cute Stuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, there's a link to her Fiverr page below. If you'd like to become a Patreon and support this channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Danon and sign up. We have a monthly manga club meeting, or you can sponsor a video of your own choosing. I wanted to give a shout out to all of my patrons, Jiraiya, Waffles, Muffins, Nicholas, Danny, and Marcus. You guys are awesome and I truly appreciate the support. I post new videos every Monday, or you can click here for additional videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Musings by Danon.